You're listening to Real Restaurant Radio, the show that inspires up-and-coming restaurant and bar owners, along with current operators, to pursue their passion in the restaurant business. I am your host, Kostas Lazanas, and I'm joined, as always, with my good friend, Carrie Hodson. Let us guide you through the process of being a successful owner and teach you how to make an impact in today's culinary world. Carrie, man, where have you been at?
I don't know. Every time I'm ready to go, you got the catering, and every time you're ready to go, I'm out of town or something. I had an anniversary.
Many things.
That took 2 weeks.
Has it been 2 months now? 8 weeks?
No.
No?
I think we had one or two episodes in the chamber that...
We're sorry, guys.
My bad. Life got in the way.
Sorry.
Well, we're lucky to have you here today. Isn't your wife about to have a...
Like tomorrow or tonight, yeah. So we're about to have our third baby girl.
Wow.
So...
Yeah, we didn't know if we were going to have to do this in the hospital or what.
Yeah, you called me last night, like, where's the podcast taking place at? So I was like, I'll let you know in the morning.
Cool. I was hoping cigars would be in order, but...
Well, we got so excited last time. We hammered through all the different steps to... open a restaurant, and I think
we got hammered, or we hammered through.
Well, those are the two bombers that I brought in, right? Yeah, we did. Yeah,
we committed to I think 11 more episodes, step by step, how to open a restaurant, right?
Exactly. Okay. Well, today we're going to talk about
choosing a restaurant concept.
Choosing the concept,
right?
So, what's the very first thing? Like, if you're going to make a restaurant today, what's the very first thing you're going to do when it comes to choosing a concept?
I think you have to kind of define what is a restaurant concept, because I think when you ask that question, it just seems so broad, and you're talking about just everything, and you start talking about equipment and location, and let's kind of distill it down to just what is a concept.
Well, I mean, I think a concept would probably... I would say start with what is at the heart of it, which is, I guess, the type of food you want to do.
I don't know. I think
how would you describe
name, service style, and branding to start?
Okay, yeah, that's another way you can break it down too.
Mm-hmm. I guess you could start with the food, because then you have kind of your inspiration
for the name, at least.
Right. It depends on if it's chef driven, and you're really good at a certain thing, like maybe you're really good at Cajun cook or something, or really good at barbecue, or...
So I think familiarity of what your talents and your strengths are would probably be another facet of finding the right concept.
Right.
In your case, you spent all that time, brewing beer.
Well, what if you just want to open a restaurant and you don't know?
That's true.
I think kind of the important parts are, what are you going to name it? What's the service style going to be? Does it fit with, is it lunch or dinner? Are you in an office building? Kind of what fits with your lifestyle.
Yeah, for sure.
And then all of your branding. How are you going to get that across to your customer?
Well, I know one thing when it comes to the name is you want to keep it simple. I think something that people can pronounce and enunciate. I think a shorter name is better. The less letters, the better. And I got 3 letters in my name, so
so I think you're winning.
And then also just like alphabetical. I know it sounds like silly, but like if you're like an A restaurant, like you're gonna be at the top of every list of every like directory.
And that still happens online too, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. People don't think about that.
It's not just a phone book.
When you're thinking deep, exactly. Mm-hmm. It's everything. When you're thinking deep. Little strategies like that.
I win that one, right? I comes before O.
Yeah, you beat me. Yes, you got me. Exactly.
Well, your name's great because it has a cultural reference. Oh, and it, Opa. It's like something exciting people can say. I'm sure it's really annoying to you by now, but a bartender drops a glass and everybody yells
exactly.
Opa.
No, it's fun. It's fun. If they get it. Other times it's Upas or Upa's Greek restaurant. I get, even my landlord actually sends me Opa's Greek Cafe. He sends me the invoice. I'm like, no, it's Opa Greek Taverna. The A at the end of tavern literally throws off everybody. So it's like
Taverna?
Yeah, exactly. They can't say it.
Oh, I haven't had a problem with that one.
No, it's just Tavern with an A at the end. So Taverna. Yeah, exactly.
Huh. We had someone, we spell our sandwiches, like with 2 M's.
Mm-hmm.
Sandwich. I want a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had people come up to the line and say, what's a sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
just playing with a little wordplay there. Little wordplay.
Yeah. So you got to be careful. You might, I guess, hang some people up on a complicated name like Intrinsic.
No, that's easy. You can pronounce that. There are some restaurants out there. I didn't write any of the names down, but I'm like, what was that restaurant we ate at that had a funny name? And you don't want to be known as like the restaurant with a funny name or the name you can't pronounce.
Well, there is a restaurant opening in downtown Garland. It's a Thai restaurant, and I believe they're going to call it Blue Rat Thai Kitchen.
Blue what?
Blue Rat Thai Kitchen.
Like, isn't that like a taboo word to say in the restaurant business?
That was my first
like an Asian.
instinct.
An Asian. No, not to be.
Well, it makes them a target for people who are, kind of brash or less adventurous. I would think. It's an easy target.
Yeah.
So that was my first reaction too. Is like, why would you put rat in the name? And there's, I think, some sort of cultural tie-in. And if they
like Year of the Rat or Year of the Monkey or something, I don't know.
Something. I haven't gotten the whole story, but so there's 2 ways to spin that. It could totally be bad, or
it could blow up in a line around the yeah.
It's a cute rat. Well, like Ratatouille,
maybe
Mickey Mouse. I don't know. Like,
there's
popular rats out there.
I guess so. I just feel like I don't know if I would take that risk at my restaurant. So,
well, if you're going to, I would say get your slogan ready.
Yeah.
Like, I ate at the Rat, or appeal to millennials and adventurous people who want to eat.
I love it. So
ethnic food and have fun with it.
Yeah, we'll have to stop by and check it out. See, now I want to go check it out now.
Right.
See? So I
want to eat Greek food once a week. Right?
There you go. Yeah, speaking of slogans, I know that you kind of like said, man, we need a slogan. And you said, we want to be like home with the chicken fried brisket. When that's been your whole like parade for the past
6 months or 8 months or something. Yeah.
Since we were skiing. I remember we were skiing the first day you launched it.
Right. I had gone to a seminar Texas Downtown Association, and there was a speaker kind of talking about owning your brand and how to be bigger than you are, and the best takeaway was Intrinsic, home of the what, or whatever your business is, home of the what.
And there's so many restaurants out there that just sell like one item type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was telling my dad the other day, like that smoked brisket pasticcio that we do, like you can literally open up a shop and only sell like that one item. Like Imperium pies, like they only sell, pies. They don't sell anything else, no frills. Like I only sell one item.
Right. Or Raising Cane's, In-N-Out Burger, which I don't really. Do you like In-N-Out Burger?
Not too much. No.
Raising Cane's is pretty good though.
I like that burger place down the street from you.
1 pound?
Main Street.
Oh, Main Street Cafe.
They make good burgers there.
They're kind of they do all the home cooking stuff.
Exactly. But yeah, that's definitely something that you want to do is have a slogan. I don't have like an official slogan. I use some cliche ones like "Go Greek once a week" or "Get your Greek on," or
Greek once a week's great because it actually is a call to action.
Yeah. Exactly.
I
actually make a joke of it. Sometimes we'll see guests that come more than once a week. It's like, hey, you've already had your allotment. So we're going to ask you to refrain from coming and eating at our establishment until next week.
That's great.
And they laugh at it. They get a good chuckle.
Right.
So we have fun with it.
Something about that makes me feel like I'm doing something good for my body or my soul.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think that's a really good one.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Well, I'm glad you used it.
I didn't invent it, but I definitely am using it.
That's okay. What do we have? The homemade chicken fried brisket and intrinsically Texan. I
remember you saying that.
We could work on it.
Yeah.
If you can have a good slogan, go for it. It's helpful.
Is that still as important as it was maybe in the 50s? I don't know. I think that's like kind of diminished in value, the importance of like a slogan and what do you call that thing? Like a brand vision where you write down like 3 or 4 sentences. All the things they teach you, like in business marketing.
I think it's just still an important exercise to do. I kind of skipped it all because I knew what I wanted, and I didn't think about having to explain it to
mission
people.
statements where I'm looking for the mission statement.
Okay. Yeah.
our mission statement is to make money.
Right. I mean, I wrote one.
Did you?
It's out there.
Okay. You have to email. You have to email it to me.
I forgot what it was exactly.
You email it to me.
I'm sure it was something about like good service and
I've been playing with
community
the
partner, and I don't know.
I've been playing with the Trump pun lately. It's like make Greek food great again. So, because that's my whole thing, and I never really realized it until like just recently. But my whole crusade and my whole jam is making Greek food like appealing to like millennials and like the newer generation.
Oh, you've been saying I want to make Greek food fun again.
That's my whole thing. Yeah,
Since before
I guess so.
Trump came on board. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
sorry, Trump, you're not getting any credit for that. But no, that's like that's my whole thing. That's my whole like jam is to get that. Like it can be fun. Like you don't have to just eat. I think I'm targeting more of like maybe like the 30 to 50-year-old market. But like there's so many people out there that don't eat Greek food because they just don't know what it is or they're scared or whatever it is.
Right.
So, especially like in our demographic here in like North Texas.
Yeah. So name and slogan makes it real.
And then
I mean, is Kostas Greek Eatery as approachable as Opa Greek Taverna? I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, what's the worst Greek restaurant name you've heard of?
I don't know. But I think you can go like Estiatorio. If you like start going
something really.
if you go like
deep into the
too
ethnic-
Greek,
yeah,
like if you name something like I don't know
it's
where
one
you're
of
from.
the island names or something.
Yeah, like if you're like from Mongolia and you're gonna name it after like this Mongolian like emperor, like no one else is gonna know that except for like Mongolians. So you want to try to think of, even though it sounds so cool to you, like no one's gonna know what that name is, especially like an Asian restaurant or something like that. I remember we ate at a Thai restaurant called Sawadika, which means thank you or something. It means something in Thai.
Right.
But I don't know why I memorized that name. But like, just because it works for you, like doesn't you make sure it works like for everybody.
Or at least your target market.
At least your target market, which should be like a more of a general population, not an
Right.
ultra niche group, especially in the restaurant business.
Like a good example in DFW is anytime it seems like an Ethiopian restaurant opens up, I can't remember the name of it, and
yeah,
only there's only Ethiopians eating there, and then they don't seem to be around very long.
yeah, you don't want that for sure.
Anything else on name? How to choose a name?
No, I think that's it. Just put some thought into it, and write 10 or 20 on a paper, and go play with it in Adobe Illustrator and see like kind of what you want to do with it. Send out. I would say go to Fiverr.com. I think we've talked to them in the past, and you can get like a little logo design for like $10. I would send like 10 names in, and or 5 names in, and then get like each designer will give you like 3 or 4 like logo designs for that name. And then you can just see what they look like.
Okay.
Before you go and spend thousands of dollars on getting signage and printing stuff off.
And you might get something a little better than like your 9th grade nephew who's in design class would put together for you. Because once you get your logo, you got to think about how many colors is it? Is it going to print on shirts and glassware and flyers and whatnot? And
I don't think nobody thinks about that when they first write down their logo.
Can you see it from far away and know what it is? Is it recognizable? Yeah.
So you have to definitely think. Long story short, you think like about like the long game, like all the different things that people don't think about when they're thinking about their logo.
And I know it seems obvious, but like, has it been done before in your area? You don't want to get that phone call after 2 years of building a brand that says, "Hey," or that letter that says "cease and desist." You can't use this.
Yeah, exactly.
Be very careful. Even if you hire like Fiverr, is it Fiverr, to do it, maybe they didn't do that due diligence. It's really up to you.
So I guess you'd be calling an attorney to check with the see if it's what's it, trademarked?
You can do searches yourself.
Okay.
On the trademark website, but Google's so powerful, you can pretty much find if there's an Intrinsic Smokehouse brewery nearby.
I guess I'm not gonna open up my Shoney's Diner then. They might call
shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans. You talk about choosing the concept. We've talked about this in the past.
Service style.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like if you're trying to be a quick service restaurant, are you doing mostly lunch or dinner? Are you going to have counter service? Are you going to have a bar? Are you going to be breakfast and lunch? You know, you got to figure
all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a right or wrong answer here. That's the whole thing. It's just everything's different.
Right. Well, I mean, I've never seen like a counter service Szechuan breakfast place. I don't know.
That's true. Would you say that there are certain concepts that are more profitable than others, or do you think it's completely arbitrary, like the concept that you choose?
I don't know.
Do you have a higher probability of being more profitable at a counter service?
Maybe like more
2019?
approachable, lower cost of foods and the menu items are lower, lower labor, kind of more efficient, but your volume has to be higher. I mean, just think of drive-through. How does Burger King make money on 10 chicken nuggets for $1?
Sure, exactly.
Although they hopefully sell you a drink,
Yeah,
I guess, and that's where the margins are. But they have to do it. That's just to get you in the door. It's like a loss leader.
I would agree with you. Like, I think like the quick service, you don't have so much. I think you talk about me like, man, you have so much like going on, Kostas, like your labor, and it's so true. And you got to build those into your costs, and like a lot of people just want to pay for the food, and we're living this culture now where it's just like
it makes for a faster lunch too. If you're having to wait on a server to come to your table and then wait on your food to get cooked, and you only have an hour or 45 minutes.
But then you also, on the flip side, you also run into that problem with long lines though too, right? If everybody rushes the door,
that's true.
So the idea is just
to move them quickly.
Exactly, get them in and out.
Clear menu design.
Readability of your menu, if we're getting into that,
when the customer is
super
just
simple,
staring at the wall, hopefully your customer service is good and you can suggest things to them and move them through.
Yeah, those are all things. So I would definitely say, just me being a full service restaurant, like I'm seeing the trend, like everyone, and I think that's like science backs that up. Like quick service is the fastest growing restaurant concepts going in the world right now. So. And that's backed by numbers.
That's what I lean to.
That's what I would lean to as well.
Unless you're going to do mid to fine dining.
And I think that's just like a shrinking. But people go out to eat now these days, like to consume food, not to go out. I mean, they still want the experience, but like back in the day, it was like we're going out to eat.
Right.
Now it's just like I'm hungry. Let's go.
What do you think that is?
Let's grab lunch.
Like generational
100%.
changeover?
Yeah, a generational thing. And I think just like the ease of food and the fast food kingdom that has happened in the past, 40 years.
Well, a lot of baby boomers, I think, like, being served. And I enjoy being served sometimes. But I know what I'm getting into. Like, I go for that experience.
Yeah. I think there'll still be a market for everything.
Like, I want someone to come fill my water as opposed to, I have to go
it is
back
nice.
to the bar.
Yeah, like I go out to eat all the time, and normally when I'm going out to eat with my wife and the kids, like we're usually going like to full service places.
Right, because you can't leave your kids to go.
Whatever, yeah.
Right, or take them with you.
There's still a market. It's so funny because like in different seasons of my life, I'm realizing like, oh, now I see why people order to-go food because I got 2 kids and I can't take them out, yada, yada, yada. Before I was like, why would anybody ever order food to go?
It's not as good.
Yeah.
You're paying a premium because you're
not
getting the experience and service.
Different seasons of life.
Isn't that the point of going to dinner,
Like, that's exactly, I would say that now I'm eating my own words. I'm eating my own words now that I have the children.
That's funny.
What else do you want to talk about today when it comes to choosing a concept, Mr. Kerry Hodson?
I think we should talk about how to choose a concept or take a break and read reviews.
Should we take it? I mean, I got to get my phone out. Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that real quick.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay. Uh-oh. He's excited about this one. I don't even know where my phone's at.
I haven't done Facebook in a while. Yeah, I don't know. I tried to call you. It was off.
Oh, no.
Fried brisket on Tuesday from 5 to close. Definitely will be back to try the rest of the menu. Brisket is still moist and super flavorful. Thank you, Stephanie. So I just wanted to read that one because it helped reinforce that what I'm doing with these specials is working to gain new customers. And hopefully they had a good experience to come try something unique. And then they got a chance to look around, see the menu, maybe the bartender and the guy on the service block, kind of explain to them what we do the rest, the other days of the week, and they'll come back and I can convert them into a regular customer.
Okay, that sounds really, really cool, man. That's what it's all about. Just those relationships.
Gaining new customers for life, hopefully.
All right, let's see it. Can I see what the stars are on this one? I can't see what the stars are. It's a recommendation, though. They just recommend it.
Yeah, that's all this one was, too.
Okay.
I don't know if it was an actual review.
Yeah, no, that's how Facebook is. Okay, so this one's from Mrs. K. Turner. Thank you, Kay, for writing this review. This kid used to be a waiter at 2 of our favorite Greek restaurants. He's worked his way up from the bottom to become an owner. My husband and I were very impressed with his hands-on approach. He's right there, greeting, chatting with guests, and flaming the saganaki. The food was delicious, highly recommended. I think she was talking about me. Thanks, Kay.
That is cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
that one's great because you get to kind of reflect back on
that night that I got to meet them and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's. I definitely like being like involved in the restaurant. Like, thank goodness I'm so grateful that I am not tied up in the kitchen and I'm actually able to be out and like be on the floor and hang out with the guest and almost set it and forget it in the kitchen, and that helps me out so much.
Right. Were you always like that, or did you think you would be in the kitchen?
I was always like that because I remember I was a server before I was a restaurant owner.
Right.
So I've always like leaned towards the front of the house. That's always been like my strength, and they always say play to your strengths. I
just wanted to make beer in the back and hope people buy it.
And you got pulled out, right? Because like you realized quickly that you couldn't just brew beer.
I was too excited. I wanted to talk to people about it.
There you go.
And and no one. I mean, I didn't feel like anyone was as excited as I was, and so I wanted to be at the bar and on the floor and talking to people. And now people ask for you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, is Kostas here?
Yep.
Came to see him.
And it sucks because it's like you want to be there, but then you also have all the other things to do too. It's a crazy double-edged sword. But I think people get it. Like they understand that we have like other things we got to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, about 6:00 on Friday, I just shut my laptop, put away whatever I was doing. That's gonna have to wait until the next morning because this is like meet and greet time.
Exactly. I'm the same way. Friday, Saturday night, like I've got to be there on the floor type thing.
Right.
Well, cool, man. Yeah, choosing a concept, choosing a name, all the things. It's something important to do. Any last little things that we can?
Are we done?
I mean, we got like 6 more minutes.
Okay.
We can tackle some more stuff.
So the kind of how-to, like what inspires you? Is it going to be chef-driven? Is it going to be culturally driven?
You know what, Carrie? I want to say like
experience, like
just real quick. If I could just say this, for those who are listening, I listen to some people that are like have breweries right now. They're talking about opening up like brew pubs, like they want to open up a new location, and they're totally disregarding food. And if you know who I'm talking about, out in East Texas, I don't want to mention names, but like I'm like, you need to like destroy the food. Like you need to you can't just disregard food. Like that is like at the heart of the restaurant.
So they're gonna open a brew pub with like hot dogs,
something like that. Like they just want they're just like we just want to do something simple.
That could be good though.
I get it. Like you want to do simple, but like don't be so simple where you're not putting your passion because someone else is gonna be very passionate about their cuisine. I mean, take the brew pub in my city. Like they actually went in there and they were passionate about their cuisine, and now look at the numbers they're generating.
Right.
So people who are just like, oh, I'm just gonna do a little bit of finger food. Like essentially they're like writing it off. They're disregarding the power of good cuisine.
I think a better way to approach it would say take something simple and make it really good with a couple variations on it.
I'm just saying be very passionate about it.
Right.
And if you're not passionate about it,
find someone who is.
Or just don't do it.
Or partner with someone who would do it for you.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Hire a chef or something like that. Someone who's just like, I want to like make this so great.
Right.
Anyway, I worry sometimes like about that. And I think you even told me before you have some other brew pubs that may have not been doing that great. I'm not sure like what their food quality is. You mentioned in the past there's some other brew pubs in the North Texas that were like, we're doing 100%.
Well, some of them don't have food. A brew pub is a kind of confusing thing in Texas.
Okay.
Typically, people think brew pub is food and beer, right? But the licensing doesn't require it unless the city does.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
but I think food is where it's at, and I think anyway, just going back to I just had to like throw that out there because I thought that was like some good nuggets of information.
Right. Absolutely. If you're not concerned about the quality of your food, then don't open a restaurant.
I agree. I agree.
Like, just stop.
I agree. Yeah, that's it.
Open a production brewery or whatever else you're into.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're just really into making salad dressing, then
it's just like
co-pack and
if I want to open up, if I want to go spend $300 for a beer license to brew beer,
right.
whatever that is, and I just like do some homebrew extract because I just want to have my own beer that I brew.
Right.
Like that's not going to get me anywhere. Probably give me a really bad name in this culture.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
People seek out the new breweries to try them, and then if they don't like it, I mean, it's just like the restaurant industry. People
sink or swim.
The foodies, the Dallas foodies, know which restaurants are popping up. They're the first to try it. They're the first to review it. You know,
and it's all downhill or uphill from there.
Right.
What else, Mr. Carey?
I guess that's kind of the chef-driven part of it,
chef-driven versus,
culture. Maybe you're just inspired by a certain culture. I think both of ours are cultural reference or cultural restaurants. Yours is more ethnic, I guess, because it's
European, Greek,
not from here.
Yeah, and yours is pure Texan, like Texas barbecue. Which could be very intimidating because I mean you're like right next door to like one of the most famous barbecue restaurants like in the entire like nation.
It's true.
I mean, don't they get like they have like national press?
Yeah,
that one location next to you. So that's crazy. Like scary to open up, you know, in such a.
I wasn't scared.
I had beer. They didn't have beer.
They do it a little different.
Of course, yeah, it's a whole different thing. But still, like it's still kind of a scary thing to be opening up with all these like. I mean, luckily for you, there's no other concept like yours.
I was aware of them.
Yeah,
I took that into consideration, and I heard other people tell me that. But I did my homework.
And your whole thing was like, come for the beer, stay for the barbecue, I think.
Right.
So like your heart of your operation was, I'm going to make some of the best beer that the world's ever tasted.
And now people do both. Yeah. So that's great.
And your barbecue is bar none. So.
There we go.
Well, man, yeah, I think, are we going to wrap it up now? I think that was
the only other stuff I had was like trying to find a unique spin. I think that all kind of ties into
everything we just said pretty much, yeah.
And then the biggest thing, I think you touched on it a little bit, was with food quality, I think, is consistency.
I agree with that.
And not just is every dish look the same, you know, is the quality always the same, but when you start rolling out and experimenting and trying new things, ask yourself, is this on brand?
Okay, I agree with that.
Is there a tie-in?
Sure.
And I think you do a really good job with that. Even your brunch omelet, it's got lamb in it and feta.
Sure, yeah.
And it's Greek.
Everything I do, I try to like give it a little Greek spin.
Right. And everything I do, I try to give it a barbecue spin. I mean, we've done some weird things like we did ramen for a month.
But you had smoke.
Smoked pork broth and
so I had feta and you had smoke and we're good, you know?
So it's kind of easy.
Yeah, exactly.
For us to work that in. But
I literally said that. I was like, we'll just throw some feta on it.
Make sure you clearly define your brand, your menu, your logo, and wrap it all up together so people can get behind it.
Somehow, some way, just kind of attach it to your name. I like that. That's a really good thing. Well, I guess before we head out, what do y'all got going on this month? It's already September, back to school.
We're about to tap our Oktoberfest 102 this year.
Yeah, you have the high ABV one, and then you have your Guzzler, which I saw the video for the other day.
Is that next month? Yeah.
I know.
Oktoberfest and festival season's coming up.
and we're celebrating basically 1 year of Real Restaurant Radio as well.
Oh, wow.
Because remember last year we were talking about the state fair, the corn dog beer, and all those things, and it's already been a year come and gone. So I knew that's what was going to happen. It was just going to fly by.
We're going to do the back to school event with Lakewood Brewery again. We brewed the peanut butter and jelly brown.
I saw that.
Collect school supplies and raise some money for Good Samaritans.
And I think we talked last year about it being a little slow around this time of the year. And I think we just literally had that same conversation over some coffee this morning before we started podcasting. Back to school
week.
All those things.
Try to capture those teachers going on happy hour, but
Yeah, that's right.
People are going to bed earlier. They spend all their money on backpacks and school supplies. You know, they're getting back into the routine.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll be busy this weekend. You know, like made it through the first week.
Exactly.
Like hire the babysitter, go out, or teachers who, they just got done with their first week. They're going to go out and
exactly. Yeah, well,
blow off some steam for the week, and then Sunday will be slow. Sunday night. So,
I know.
There you go. That's my prediction. It's
well,
like
thank
predicting
you guys.
the weather.
Thank you guys so much for listening to us. I guess that's going to wrap up the end of another episode of Real Restaurant Radio. Check out Carrie Houghton at Intrinsic Smokehouse and Brewing Company. And check out Opa Greek Taverna in Rowlett, Texas. And we will see you guys in the next video.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside.